Hey, mighty men of God, Joe Martin here with Real Men Connect, where we help good men become great men God's way by connecting to successful husbands, great fathers, and strong leaders. Welcome to the Real Men Ride Along today, guys. I wanted to share something with you very quickly. I'm on my way to a lunch meeting with a new friend who I just met, and I'm excited about sitting down talking with him and meeting him, because I'm always fascinated with people of great wisdom. And I've been very impressed with this guy, and I can't wait to sit down and talk to him. But I wanted to shoot this video because it reminded me of a quote that I heard Zig Ziglar, the great Zig Ziglar, who is a great motivational speaker. He passed away, I think, maybe a couple of years ago. But I had the privilege and the blessing of meeting Zig Ziglar and spending some time with him in Texas when he was alive and when I was a young man. And I asked him for some advice. And he's put this in some of his books, but he shared with me, he says, Joe, you can always get what you want if you help enough people get what they want. He said, you can always get what you want if you help enough people get what they want. Now, I say that because I told you I'm excited about this lunch appointment that I'm getting ready to go on, and this man I'm getting ready to meet. I'm excited about meeting him. But I got to tell you that I meet with a lot of men. Real Men Connect is about networking and building relationships with men, so we become better men by learning from other great men, successful husbands, great fathers, strong leaders. You get it. But I get excited about going on these luncheons and meeting these guys. Now, sometimes it can get expensive because lunch is not cheap, but it's worth the time. And I love and I'm fascinated with great people. But I have to tell you, and that's why I'm shooting this video, that when I go to these luncheons and I meet with these men, I have an agenda. Now, some people say you shouldn't have an agenda when you're meeting with people. No, I think it's better to have an agenda and tell people your agenda than to have a hidden agenda. And I don't like having hidden agendas, and I don't want people to have hidden agendas when they come to me. So, but I always am aware and I'm mindful of what Zig always said, that you can always get what you want if you help enough people get what they want. So I wanted to share with you 3 simple things that I do. 3 things that I always do with every person that I meet for lunch, a new person, a new acquaintance. Of course, after the first meeting, and then it goes to a more personal level. But I'm always, when I go on a lunch with someone, to meet with someone, especially if it's a man, I'm always more interested, I make myself more interested in them than making them interested in me. Now, let me say that again. I am more interested in them and being interested in them, and more concerned about being interested in them than making them more interested in myself. Because see, I know what I know, but I don't know what they know. But if I can learn what they know and I know what I know, now I know a lot more. Now, don't ask me to repeat that, but I think if you rewind the video, you can follow along on that. So here's my thing. This is basic, and I'm gonna make this quick and short. Basically, when I meet with this man, there's 3 things that I'm going to ask. And now this meeting could take about, maybe the lunch may be an hour, it may be 30 minutes, it may, sometimes I've even had lunches that's gone 2.5 to 3 hours. It depends on the person that I'm talking to. And I try to do this at least once a week with somebody if I'm not traveling across the country somewhere, to meet with some man who I want to learn and gain stuff from. But I go in with 3 basic questions, and here's the first question that I ask. Number 1, what's your story? I always ask that question. What's your story? See, everyone has a story. However, most people are usually a little bit intimidated about sharing their story, a little bit shy about sharing their story. And sometimes people don't think people are interested in their story. But what I found out is that most people are interested in sharing their story, but most people don't ever ask them about their story. And basically, what is their story? Their story is their testimony. And what I mean by the testimony, we're not talking about being spiritual. We're talking about just their journey. Now, the person I'm meeting with happens to be a Christian, so I'm sure that it is going to be a spiritual conversation. But I don't care if it's a Christian or a non-Christian. Everybody has a story. And I want to know their journey because, see, I'm meeting with this guy for lunch today. But understand that he's going through a lot before he met with me for lunch today. So I want to know some of the struggles that he's had to overcome. I want to know some of the successes that he's been able to achieve. I want to know some of the, maybe even he might even be vulnerable enough to share me some of his secrets that he hasn't shared with a lot of other people, but he feels comfortable sharing it with me. Now, I'm not asking for his secrets, but some people have shared those things with me, and I've shared those things with them. So I do want to know his story. I want to know the good, the bad, the ugly parts of it. And so I am intent on listening to his story. And as he tells me his story, I'm asking questions about his story. So it's just not, tell your story and I'm thinking my mind is someplace else. No, I am engrossed and entrenched in listening to what his story is going to be about. So that's the first thing I ask is, what's your story? Now, listen to the second question that I ask. What are you working on that is exciting you right now? What thing are you doing that gets you excited right now? Now, I'm going to give you different variations to this particular question because it depends on the person I'm talking to. Now, since the man I'm going to be talking to today happens to be a Christian, my question is going to be a little bit different for him. My question is going to be for him, and it's the same question, but phrased in a different way, is what is God doing in your life that you're excited about right now? What is God doing in your life right now that you're so excited about? I want to know what that thing is. So now, if they're non-Christians, you basically want to know, what are you working on that you're excited about? Because people tend to get excited about the things they're entrenched in. And so I want to know that I'm interested. I want to know, what are you doing right now that is getting you that makes you passionate, that gets your blood boiling and gets your adrenaline going? I want to know what those things are. So I'm going to ask him, what is God doing in his life that he's excited about? Now, the most important question is the last question. And this is where I think most people drop the ball. After he's told me his story, he's told me what God is doing in his life right now that he's excited about. And here's the key question. What can I do to serve and support you in that? You need to pause this video right there because that's the $1 million question. What can I do to serve and support you in that? Now, why is that such a powerful, important question? What does Zig Ziglar say? You can always get, Joe, what you want if you help enough people get what they want. See, my intentions of going to see this man is to see what I can do for him. How can I support him? How can I serve him? How can I help him further the agenda God has given him, the plan that God has placed in his heart? What can I do to support that with my gifts, my talents, my connections, my network? What can I do to help him do the thing that God has called him to do? Now, why is that so important? Because God said that we're here to serve. We're not here to be served. And guess what? If I serve him and plant seeds into what he's doing, guess what happens by osmosis? I get what I want. Now, I don't even know exactly what I want or what I need, but God knows what I need. And this is a divine appointment, I believe, that when I meet men like him, it's because God has put me in his life to serve him, but at the same time, God is working something out for my good as well through him. So I'm hoping that makes sense to you. So please just make note of those three questions. One, what is your story? Two, what are you working on that you're excited about? And if they're a Christian, what is God doing in your life that you're excited about? And three, what can I do to serve and support you in it? Guys, please share this video with some men out there because a lot of men are trying to do it the hard way of trying to see what they can get and trying to strive for more and everything. And there's nothing wrong with that. But I'm telling you, you can always get what you want if you help enough people get what they want. Take the focus off you and put it on serving them. Hope this blesses you. Like I said, share it with whoever you think could be blessed by it. And remember, we are males by birth, but we are men by choice. So we must always make that choice consciously and intentionally because a male is a terrible thing to waste. So be blessed, stay strong, and most importantly, as you know, stay in his grip. Talk to you soon.